On Monday, Maine native and former New York Yankees pitcher Larry Gowell died at the age of 72. Gowell played in just 2 Major League Baseball games back in 1972, and yet his name is in the record books.
He was the last pitcher to get a hit in the American League before the designated hitter rule was instituted. 207's Caroline Cornish talked with Gowell in 2017 when he was back in Maine and finding ways to entertain others.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars.
Larry Gowell sings to packed houses everywhere he goes.
He's washing dishes and baby clothes.
He owns the nursing home circuit.
It keeps getting more busy as I get older. Now soon will be 69.
When the rhythm starts to play, dance with me, make me sway.
Gowell says he did 132 performances last year and is on pace for 150 this year. He loves it.
I believe music is the most powerful force on earth, and the stories I've seen and the people's faces and all the tears and all the hugs and all the kisses are worth more than any money that I ever would get.
Not that Gowell has ever tried to have a big singing career.
I think at this point in my life, I'm not going to try to make it in New York.
But he finds he has the biggest impact with this population.
Disturb the sound of silence.
They sing along. It reminds them of when their bodies had more movement.
If I was in a nursing home, and if you were in a nursing home, you would love somebody to come in and perform for you. I wonder if nobody did that.
It's awful nice.
There is, however, one way Gowell can get the crowd to turn on him.
When I tell them I used to play for the Yankees and I'm very sorry to tell you that, and they go boo, boo, boo.
Yep, 45 years ago, he made it to the show in baseball, pitching for the evil empire. Growing up, Gowell's voice was good, but his arm was better. The Yankees signed him out of high school.
I would have signed up for anybody, you know, just to play pro ball as a youngster. Of course, every young person, young middle leaguer, has a goal to say, oh, I love to play professional baseball. Wouldn't that be great?
But there was a problem. As a Seventh-day Adventist, Gowell refused to pitch on the Sabbath.
Lee McPhail simply told me that you have 2 strikes against you. And you have to overcome, you have to be that much better than anybody else. Because you come into Fenway Park on a Friday night and a Saturday day game, and we are going to have a problem because you're not available those 2 days.
He was good enough for a September call-up in 1972. And in his second of 2 Major League games, he had the at-bat that changed his life.
And I got lucky, you know. Got up a 3-2 fastball, and I happened to hit it down the line, and it's just one of those things.
His first and only hit as a big league ball player. He kept the ball, not realizing it was even more special than he thought.
Didn't know until 10 years later. A gentleman from Hawaii called me and said, Larry, I'm a trivia baseball buff. He said, I have all the proof that you are the last pitcher to get a hit before the DH.
That ball now sits in the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
I said, now, Georgia.
Gallo went on to work most of his career in the insurance industry, singing on the side in church. So out of all the jobs you've had, because you've had a pretty varied career, what's your favorite?
This is it.
You like this better than baseball?
Yes, I do. I do.
Because?
Because you're making people happy.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you've all been to Georgia. You go along the road.
What a show. I'm dancing along to it.
He is quite a guy, and I was looking at some of the information about his brief career in the major leagues. It's kind of sad. He had a record of 0-1 lifetime in the majors, 0-1, but he pitched really, really well. The Yankees lost that game 1-0. He had a terrific game, and he ends up with the loss. Otherwise, he'd have had a perfect lifetime record of 1-0.
Oh, man. That's tough. That's tough. By the way, Caroline Cornish, obviously, she did that story a couple of years ago, and she told us that Larry Gowell was a character, and he made her laugh. Those are good ways to be remembered. You can find more information about Gallo on our website, newscentermaine.com/207.
And again, Larry Gallo, a former star at Edward Little High School, died earlier this week.